All right, folks, here we go. We are back, part 2. It's going to be a lot of hands-on right now. So, there you go. So what we are going to do right now, so Jeff bought the domain. So Jeff bought the domain from GoDaddy, and that's the domain address called my Right Share Story. Very nice, very nice, okay? And he got the hosting from SiteGround. Because the domain is in one place and the hosting in another place, we are going to build the site where? In SiteGround. But I need to tell GoDaddy, hey, the site's going to build right here. So I need to do some changes called a DNS, the domain name server address. We have to change that. So if you follow this technique, like buying one domain from one place and then hosting from another place, what you need to do is this. First thing first, you go to your domain name provider. In this situation, it's GoDaddy. In Jeff's situation, the GoDaddy is the domain provider. Okay? Excuse me. So I'm going to go to GoDaddy and I'm going to look for DNS manager or DNS settings. Okay? Once I go there, watch this. So what Jeff did, he clicked under the name server. Always look for name servers. Typically, previously, it was the GoDaddy name server. So what Jeff did, he clicked on manage and went there like this. And those standard on with any domain provider. He went there, he clicked custom, he clicked edit. Okay? And he added the name server of SiteGround. Now, where did I get this? When you sign up with SiteGround, they will send you an email with your username and the name server. That's one place. The second place, if you go to my account, okay? If you go to my account and cPanel, still thinking, okay? If you go to the, I'm sorry, I'll go back, I forgot. It's actually right here. If you go to my account, it should be somewhere, let's see.
What hit WordPress?
What is the information?
Hit WordPress, I think.
It was there on the cPanel on the left-hand side.
It was there.
Yeah, I saw it.
Red button.
Left-hand side.
cPanel.
cPanel. Left-hand side, about halfway down. Right
There you go.
Right there.
So thank you. You can also find it right here. So this is the name server. This is where you host your website. This is what the website is going to sit on. Okay? So when I go to GoDaddy, I need to make sure that I change it to this. So Jeff already did that. He went, he updated it, he pointed it, and what happens for this to take effect, it will take anywhere between 4 hours to 24 hours to take effect. So don't get freaked out. So if you make the changes, if WordPress isn't coming up, it's fine. It will take 24 hours for it to propagate fully because it has to tell the internet, the World Wide Web, hey, I made a change. So it's going to take some time. Okay? So that part is done. Okay? So the GoDaddy part is done. Now, when it comes to SiteGround, the package that Jeff has right now takes multiple websites, right?
Yeah.
Since we already pointed the name server to SiteGround, the next step for me is to go and add the domain. Did you add the domain?
No.
Okay. So click on Add Domain. So go ahead and put your domain address here. In fact, let me do it for you.
Yeah.
So, let's see. So this is a domain address right here. Okay, I'm going to go to the cPanel of SiteGround. I'm going to add the domain name, and that's it. So automatically created all the directory and whatnot. Go ahead and put your password.
Is the domain address case sensitive?
Yeah, no, I mean, it doesn't matter. Uppercase, lowercase, doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's not case sensitive, so. But of course, you have to make sure it's spelled correctly. Okay, that is case sensitive.
And you have to be very careful when you cut and paste. You don't have any hidden characters.
Right.
Is that the cPanel password for logging in?
That's for the cPanel, yeah.
Okay.
That's for actually for the most like an FTP. And click Add Domain. Okay, so now what we did, we added the domain in the cPanel of SiteGround, and let me show you how to install WordPress on this domain. Okay. All right. So there you go. Go and click My Account. Okay. Let me show right now. All right. So right now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to the cPanel. Okay. I'll go back to cPanel. You all seeing this? If I'm too fast, stop me. Or throw a cup. All right, so once I go to cPanel, what do you guys see here? Do you see anything noticeable? Something interesting? What? Ah, this thing here, right? Click on that. Ah, really? That's it? I click on install. Wow, it's so hard. I'm having a hard time. So once I click install, now it will ask me what domain do I want to use, right? So click the drop-down box, and there you go. What is the domain? What is the domain?
You won't have all those.
What is the domain?
Right, there it is. Well, you got to find the.
There you go. My right share story.
Yeah.
That's one. There you go. So here's the domain that we added, right? We're selecting it. Don't do anything here. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Here it says site settings. So that's the name of your website. So we're gonna type, what is it?
My ride share.
My ride share story. You're not gonna put the domain. You're gonna put the name of the site. Okay? And what's the tagline? Because the tagline says this is my WordPress blog. Right? We're gonna change the tagline. What should be the tagline?
Just put condensed story.
Go ahead and type it. Condensed story.
Oh, my book.
Okay, so you see what I'm doing? So the cPanel is pretty standard in all the hosting. It's the same process, or similar to exactly what I'm doing. Okay? What did you do? So that's my book. Okay. So now what is okay? Pay attention to this. When it says admin account, that is the access to your self-hosted WordPress website. So please write it down. So this is the username for you to log into your website. And the password, that's the password for you to log into your website. Does that make sense? Anytime you see admin account, they're talking about admin to access to your self-hosted WordPress website, okay? All right.
Yeah,
Yes.
I have a problem with the iPage that it gives me, ask me to change the password, and it doesn't let me to use all password. Do you happen to know how many, if it's time-wise, or how many passwords back, or what? Because then I am, like, I already have an idea of how to build my password, but now I have to change it, and I have to change it, and I have to change it. Do you know if it is like 5 passwords that I can?
They will tell you. They will tell you right there how many characters.
No, not the characters. It's like how, yeah, when the history of my passwords.
If it's old, they're not going to take it. If you added it before, they're not going to take the old one.
No, not the old one, but like the 2 ones, or like 5.
It doesn't matter. You try it until it takes it. If it doesn't go through, that means you're missing something. But if it's an old password that you used before, they're not going to take that because it's already sent to the database. They're not going to take it. But if you try something new, if it doesn't work, that means you missed something.
Yeah, no, I was thinking.
That's what it means.
Reuse it.
Yeah, that's what it means. So make sure you write in the password for you.
Yeah, but it's showing, so we have to. Can you move it up some?
Let them see it so we can hack your site.
I know.
Okay.
Move it up some, so I
No, here you go. I just unplug it for you. Don't worry. Here you go. Trust everybody here, right? You're right. Okay. So just because he wants to put their passwords. What is this here? Okay. What have you missed? Please watch the replay. We're just starting to do a hands-on. We basically did an install. We did a configuration on the DNS pointing to SiteGround, and now we did an install. Well, actually, we haven't done the install yet, so just watch it. Okay. Thank you, Michelle.
Okay, so what's the difference then between the admin account, login password, and the password that was entered before?
That's the FTP. Yeah. That's for the file transfer. The file transfer. That's what it was for.
Okay.
You got the password? You're like writing a book on a password.
Yeah, no, it's there. I'm trying to move it down.
So just go ahead.
Well, basically, if you move it down, we can do it install.
There you go, like that. All right, so we put the password. Y'all want to see his password?
Can I ask a question?
I'll change
Yes.
it again later, don't worry.
Come on.
One second.
We had somebody else that worked at our school, and he's no longer there, but I have his old username and password. Can I go in there and
Yes.
change the username under?
As soon as possible.
Okay.
Yes, you have to, because not because we don't trust him, but it's a good practice that once somebody leaves, You go change it, or
But you can't change the username.
That's what I was.
you cannot change the username. You have to delete them.
Yeah, you add a new user.
Yeah.
Then you go in under the new user and delete the old
Yeah.
user.
Okay, so going as a new user.
Only one
Yes.
user is allowed per
Okay,
email
that's what I
address,
wanted to
so
know.
you have to have 2 email addresses to be able to do it.
Okay.
The old one, and
Yeah.
I've had to do that because I accidentally tabbed admin,
Is it cloud or shared?
and then I'll have to go in and put
Delete
a new one, and
Delete the new
then
one.
go in as the new one. and
Good.
then delete
That's
the
so
old
good.
Add
one.
one
Yeah.
first, and then.
Good question.
Yeah, thank you.
Excellent question. Now, so what Cyber is doing, they give it like a limited login attempt. That basically means if somebody tries to log in, they don't have an access or authority to log in, a couple of times by mistake, it will lock them out. That's what it means. So you can leave it on, you can turn it off, it's up to you. Now, I'm going to click, check this out. I'm going to click on, so we put all the information, right? We put the username to log into the website, and we put the password. And now, I'm going to click install. Let's see what happens, if it works or not. Look at that. It will take like 3 to 4 minutes. That's what it says.
And if you notice, it had an email. You can do your own email at that domain. You don't have to pay anybody for it.
It comes with the site now.
It comes with
Free.
email.
So there you go. Congratulations. Your software is installed successfully. Bam. That's it. I don't have to download it. I don't have to upload it. I don't have to do FTP. Nothing. So technically, your website is live right now. Some people tell me, but I don't want people to see it. Well, fine. I have a plugin called Coming Soon plugin, and you can just put Coming Soon page, and you're good to go. Okay. So right now, when I click on his website, so my rightshare.com, there you go. So go and put your username and password. Right? And I'm going to add myself as an admin. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
All right, so there you go. So how simple was that? We just installed it and it's up and running. It didn't take us more than like 3 minutes. Isn't that cool?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Don't put it in, that's my computer.
Oh, yeah.
Just log
Well, I
in.
thought you were going to use it right now.
I'm like, come on, Jeff. Suddenly you used to put a picture and said like. All right, so there you go. So now we logged in. This is completely fresh. Now I'm going to show you step by step how it looks. So does everybody see this?
Yes, sir.
Anybody has this? For those that don't have this, we can wait for you. So this is just a fresh. So once you install WordPress, this is what you need to do. This is the practice. When you log into WordPress, okay, one browser, leave it open for your dashboard, right? Open another browser, okay, side by side. This is your live site, okay? So what you need to do, you always want to work on the back end. Any changes you make, you click on the live site. You don't want to do back and forth, clicking the back button. Just open 2 browsers, right? So it'll be easy for you to work on the site. Does that make sense?
2 tabs.
2 tabs, yes. To have 2 tabs, it will make it easy for you. Now, this is theme 2015 by default. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you guys step by step. I'm going to go through everything step by step. Some of you might have different features, different access. Don't worry about it. Just write it down for now, because this is how WordPress looks like. And this is the self-hosted. If you go to WordPress.com, you're not going to have plugins. You're not going to have few things there. But because this is self-hosted, you can see these options, okay? The first thing first, when you look on the top, right there, this is where you have the name of the website, okay? Do you see this bubble? This bubble thing right here? Can somebody tell me what is it for?
Uy, I have
Comments.
Uy.
Comment. This has like a bubble, like a comment, right? That's for comment. What kind of comment?
User comment?
Not user comment for what? No. It will show you a bunch of like number. If there's 5 comments, it will show you number 5. What is it for? Think.
To tell you how many people have.
It's a comment, but for what comment? How?
For a blog comment.
Blog commenting. So if somebody comment on your blog, it will show you how many comments you got. Okay? So that's what is it for. All right?
My dashboard looks different. Is that
That's-
because I picked a different theme?
Um,
Shouldn't have anything to do with that.
can you bring me up real quick?
I think it's the same stuff.
Is it a fresh install?
Different color.
No,
Is that an existing website?
yes,
Then you gotta wait because we can't work with this. That's what I said. If it's existing,
I'm sorry.
just no, it's fine. What I want you to do in a piece of paper, anything that is different, mark it for me. Like I see this that is not here, write it down. So during break, I'll look it up for you. Okay? So write it down on a piece of paper. But I want you to understand this is the default. This is how every WordPress, when you start, that's how it looks by default. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Is that clear? Okay, so that's for the common, right? Now, when you go to new, I'm going to move my mouse to new, right? And what do I see? I see posts, I see media, I see page, and I also see user. Okay? The post is for posting blogs. That's what the post is for. Okay? Make sure you understand that. Media, this is where you upload your files. You can upload image files, JPEG, PNG. You can upload PDF, Excel sheet, Word documents.
Videos?
I'm sorry?
We do videos?
Yes, you can upload videos. You're correct. You can upload videos. You can upload audio. But I would recommend that you don't do that. Don't ever upload a video or an audio on your site. Can somebody tell me why?
Slow it down.
It will slow down your site. It's too many processes in the back, right? So what I would do when it comes to video, I put it in YouTube
And
then
and embed it. Or for a podcast, I'll put it in Stitcher, iTunes, or SoundCloud and embed it. That'll make it faster. Does that make sense? And the cool thing about the latest update from WordPress, you don't even have to copy the code from YouTube. All you have to do is just drop the link, and it'll automatically read it. And we'll show you how to do it, okay? So that's what the media for. Here's a tip. So that's tip number one. Tip number two, when it comes to media, any files you upload, please make sure it's not more than 1 megabyte. Okay? If it's more than 1 megabyte, it can slow down your site, whether it's images or any kind of files.
If we want to upload large images, you said back in the day you would just link them to like Flickr.
What happened?
Like if we do want to upload like a large file, through a link embedded through Flickr.
That's an excellent tip. Let's say there is a huge file that you cannot shrink it with any software. You can put it in Flickr and embed that image through Flickr, just like YouTube. You can do that as well. Yes?
That may be going farther, but to have a photo gallery, is it better to do it on Flickr and just have a link?
That's a very good point. I mean, yeah, if you want to keep your website faster, you can put it on Flickr, but remember, it's in Flickr, right? If you put it on your website, it's on your site.
But can you embed it on a page?
You can embed, but I wouldn't even recommend that because I want people to stay on my site. Does that make sense? And secondly, I'm sorry?
You can't optimize on Flickr, can you?
I think you can optimize on Flickr, but it's not that's a very beautiful question, Murad. I'm glad you brought it. It's an option. It's not a wrong thing. Because if you want to speed up the site and you can put it on Flickr, go ahead and do it. But my personal preference, I want it to be on my site. Okay, it's not a must. This is just my personal preference. Does that make sense? So it's up to you. But that's a good way of making your website a little bit faster if you have it somewhere else. Does that make sense? So that was number two. Tip number three is make sure the images are 72 dpi, not 300. Those were magazines, okay? Make sure they're 72 dpi, okay? And less than 1 megabyte. Got it? All right. So that's for the media. All right, that's for the media. And the page, what is it for? Yes, like home page, service page, about page. This is where you make the static pages. That's what the page is for.
Can you repeat the size?
Yes, the size, do not upload any file more than 1 megabyte. Again, that's my personal recommendation. Do not upload more than 1 megabyte. If you got 2 megabyte, you're okay, but not more than 1 or 2. I prefer not to even go to 1, okay? And it has to be 72 dpi, which is dot per inch.
Your graphic designer should really know those numbers.
And he's the graphic designer right here, okay? He's the graphic designer.
I would know the difference between print or web.
Yes. Okay? Any questions so far? Are we good? Now, This thing here, it doesn't come with WordPress. It came with the hosting. The purge SiteGround cache, don't worry about it. That is just from the hosting. But typically, there's nothing there. All right? So let's go ahead and see this again. We have the blog post. We have the media for files uploading. The page to make the static pages. What about the user?
It's you and you can...
It's you, the person who logged in, or you can add somebody else. So let's go one by one. Y'all ready? Yeah. One by one. So when I click on post, oh, I forgot one thing. Right here, of course, your name. You should have your image right here. When you click help, you have a documentation about the dashboard. If you want to know how to use the dashboard, there's a documentation for you. If you want to connect to WordPress.org, you can click the support forum. It will take you to WordPress.org, right? And a couple of other information right here, like how to use the navigation. Click that. The left-hand navigation menu provides blah, blah, blah. Does that make sense? The layout, they're explaining it to you. Content, they're explaining it to you. Does that make sense? That's what is it for. Now, we haven't talked about, we haven't showed you the WordPress. So this is WordPress.com. If people want to go with Wix or Weebly and they want to pay nothing, tell them to go to WordPress.com. Okay? So that's the WordPress.com. Free service. Again, good for practice, good for bloggers, good for your kids. Tell them to go sign up and start blogging, but for business, I don't recommend. Now, the .org, you can see there's a big difference. .org, this is WordPress.org. It's a big difference, right? Here, you log in, you set up an account, and to be honest with you, today, when we install several plugins, you also need to have a free version of WordPress.com account for the Kismet and Garvatal, because they own that 2 plugin. Okay, we need to do that later on. Now, for this one right here, as you can see, download the WordPress application. There is a hosting. When you click on hosting, right? They don't host. When you go to hosting, who are the hosts? With Bluehost. It's not them. Okay, so they have an affiliate with Bluehost. They have an affiliate with Lunch Squid. I think they left Lunch Squid. Okay. Then get involved. That means you're going to involve with them locally through Meetup, through coding, because there are a lot of volunteers. So there are people that write the information, the instruction. There are people that develop the coding. There are people that actually verify the coding. Okay, it's a community. Does that make sense? Plugins, all the plugins that you can see on the back end of the WordPress is also here. Okay, all the theme that you can see on the back end of the website, it's also here. Yes.
So here's what why wouldn't you stay in the other? You just switched to WordPress.org, but you can do everything if you log in through your server, right?
Can you explain that question one more time? Can you rephrase the question?
Like for me, I have juliegoe.net, and it says log in, and I can log in and I can do everything I can from WordPress, because WordPress is installed through that.
But well, I don't know how your setup is right now. What I'm going to say is this is .com. This is a free version, right?
Okay, did you get to this through the server?
No. This is from WordPress. This is them.
I know. Okay.
Right? We're not saying go here. We're saying don't use this for your business. That's what we're saying.
Okay. All right. I'll have to ask you separately.
Right? We're saying don't use this for the hosting. When it says log in, that's their platform, like a live journal, like a Tumblr. .org has no login. .org, when you log into .org, is actually a forum. There's no login. There's no login. Does that make sense? Because it's not a platform where you host. It's just a forum. It's a community website. Does that make sense?
Public.
It's public. So if I go to, let's say, what is this? Support. Is it a, what is it? Where did the forum go? The forum. There you go. See? If I click forums, I can log into the forum. Forums, just to go discuss. Does that make sense? But in itself, it's not a service provider. You see what I'm saying? But both are from the same company. Both are WordPress. You see what I'm saying? So that's the difference. So you can click on themes. See? You can view all the themes. These are the same themes that you can find on the back end anyway. So the question is, why there is an option for downloading? If I can install the theme easily from the back end without downloading it, why there's an option for downloading it? Does anybody know?
Maybe you want to buy from a third-party provider.
No, not even that.
Maybe you're a developer.
Maybe you're a developer. Developers don't like to work on the server. Developer likes to download it on the laptop and they just work on it locally. Then they upload it. That's what it's for. And plus, it's one of the ways to install. Back in the days, that's how you used to install. You're supposed to download it, right? Connect FileZilla. It's a FTP software to your machine. Then connect locally to your hosting, which is SiteGround. Then you upload it.
Very complicated.
Very few steps. That's a traditional way of actually building a site, right? That's what it's for. But we don't have to worry about it, okay? All right, so this is the difference. This is the .org. If you want to look for any plugin, let's say I want to look for a plugin for backup. I'll do a backup search. So what happens here, you have all the information about backup plugin. See that? I can do a search. If you want to look for plugin for SEO, do a search, and you find all the information. You find all the feedback, all the conversation between customers and users and developers. Okay? But WordPress.org is a good place to check it out. All right. Any more questions? Are we good? Are we good?
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to hear something. Yes. All right. Going back. Close health. So let me show you. Excuse me. When I go to new, y'all watching this?
Yeah.
I click on post. Here we go. So this is the post and the page are similar, not exactly the same. Remember that. They are similar, but not exactly the same. So here I'm going to write the title of my blog posts. So I'm going to call it my first test, right? That's the title of the blog, right? In this area, this is where you write the content, just like Word document. Does that make sense? But the thing is, it looks like I only have like a limited options here. I have like a bold, italics, bullet points, left align, center align, link, right? If I click this thing here, you see this? Toolbar, toggle, right? If I click that, boom, I get a few more options. Okay? I get a few more options right here. Y'all see this? And your link for the blog post is right here. So right now, by default, just blog post, his domain address /index.php /2015 / the date, the month, then the name of the title. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Some bloggers, they do that because they want to show the readers that this maybe could be an old article or old blog post. So some say do this because you don't want them to click on an old content and they're going to leave. I don't follow that. You know why? Because I'm all about, SEO, right? This is what I do. I don't use the date, I use the post name, right? So let's assume this is old. They click on it. When they click on it, it says in the blog post the date already. So you got them to your site, right? Secondly, if the article is old on your website, they're going to look for a new one. But if you put the date, that means they're not going to come and read it. So you're losing them. Does that make sense? Why would you do that? So I recommend post name, and I'll show you how to set it up when we go further, okay? So this is your link, and you can edit for SEO purposes. You can edit. You can add a keyword here if you want to, but that is your link right now, okay? Add media. This is where add media is the same thing right here. The media section right here is the same thing like this one. So in this page, if I want to add a picture, I'm going to click add media. Right? Very simple. I can drag and drop images here. Or I can select files and select the image and upload it, right? And not just that, it says maximum upload file size 128 megabyte. Remember I said 1 megabyte? They are telling you that's the maximum. That doesn't mean, hey, I'm going to have 100 megabyte. No, don't do that. They're just telling you how is the maximum. Okay, don't go crazy. Okay? And once you upload it, it's going to be under the media library. So let me show real quick. I'm going to do, you want to see me how to do the 2 ways? You want to see it? All right, here we go. Check it out. Select files. I'm going to select my profile picture. Look at that guy. All right?
It costs me business now.
Here's the thing, you want to write it down. You need to write this thing down. Anytime you upload a file, you have to give that file a keyword-based name. If I take a picture of an elephant, I'm not going to call it jeffpruitt.com or .jpeg. Okay? It's the picture of an elephant. .jpeg. That's number one. Because here I have my name. You see that? That's the name of my file. Because it's searchable in the search engine, right? That's number one. Number two, do you see what is alt text? Alt text. Here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to type something like this. I'm going to put a profile image of Yusuf Chowdhury. It's called alt text for two reasons. First, you are explaining to the search engine what that image is about. Okay? Because if you don't put anything, it wouldn't identify it. When you do this, it will show up in the image search of the search engine. You know how when you go to Google, you click images, it shows up? It will show up right there under the image search engine, and when people click on it, it will take you back to your site. That's one thing. Secondly,
just real quick, I don't have like alt text, I just have like tags.
Alt text, alt tab is the same.
Okay.
Okay? So that's reason number one. Reason number two is for disabled people, visually impaired or blind. Because they have a software, they have a system that tells them this image is about this. Because we have to think about user experience. We want to make sure that whoever visits the website, they actually, have a good experience, right? In fact, I met this awesome person, Michael Babcock, who's actually a blind blogger. He does Periscope. He does live streaming, and he's blind. It's amazing. He inspired me. He even built a website on WordPress. Amazing, right? He inspired me. So, and I told him about this question. He said, yes, you need this stuff. So you're helping those, and you know what? Google will love you for that, because when you put stuff like this, this business owner is trying to make sure that their visitor have a good user experience. And 9 out of 10 don't even do this. So you guys are lucky that you're going to follow this step. Remember, anytime you upload a file, whether it's I know I don't recommend uploading audio, video file, but whatever file you upload, give it a relevant keyword name and alt text for images. Okay? Yes.
Constructive comment. Also, when you put those alt tags in there, Google image search actually will turn your images up more quickly.
Yes, thank you.
So, for example, if I'm building a website for cupcakes, then I'm posting a picture of myself.
Yeah, pumpkin cupcake, then an image of a pumpkin cupcake. Yeah.
Any reason why you didn't have space between your name and the title?
Well, it's a regular English. It's a humanly readable. You don't want to make it one word.
Yeah, but you
in the title, your first and last name already gonna.
Yeah, but no, that's going to be like this. It's not going to have. You can put a dash if you want.
Okay.
Yeah, but the alt text you have to make it humanly readable. Okay. But for the file name, I just put one word.
Okay.
You can put a dash if you want. Yusuf dash Chowdhury. Okay. But because you cannot have a spaces in the file name, there can be a space. It has to be a dash.
The title is for the computer.
Yeah.
The alt text is for people.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. That's a better explanation. Alt text for people, and the title of the file is for the computer.
And they both help you for the SEO?
Don't think about the SEO.
No.
I know it's required by standard from Google that, yes, it will help the search engine, but don't always think about search engine. Think about usability. Think about user experience. Think about, that's one of the things I want to point out very, very quickly, that a lot of us focus too much on the cosmetic of the site, right? Or the technical of the SEO, right? But nobody talks about how the visitor are feeling. How they're experiencing. Are they having a fun? Are they have a good experience? That's more priority than just all the other stuff. Does that make sense? So we always have to think from a customer point of view. Just because I don't have a phone number, that doesn't mean they're going to call me, so I have to tell them, hey, call me. Does that make sense? You got to make it so simple. Because you have like 2 seconds for people to understand what you're about. You're going to lose their attention, right? Because in the internet, I don't know if you all read this book, I forgot the author's name, Less is More, right? Less is more. That means you got to keep it simple, very basic. Don't put too many stuff. Don't confuse them. Because internet people are different. They have a short attention span, okay? So there you go. Any question about the media? Any question about putting the file? We're good? You guys wrote it down? All right. So I can click insert, and right here it says alignment. I can have it like left align, center, right align. So when I write like an image, I can have, if I select left align, all the copy is going to come from here and go like that. right? Then I can select, center, left, right, media file, attachment. This is the actual link for the image and the size. I'm gonna click insert. And there you go. It's inserted. Okay? Pretty easy, right? All right. Now, if you want to add a video, check this out. I'll go to YouTube. And let's do a search for this guy right here. That was an awesome movie, man. Black Mask. Ooh, Johnny Depp. Oh, sorry. ADHD. Okay. I lost track of things. It was so good. All right. So let me just pick any video. So this is the video right here. Okay, so let me see. Back in the day, you guys want to watch this?
Oh man. It's 33 seconds.
Huh?
It's only 33 seconds. We're good.
You all want to watch it? Okay, let me just show you this real quick. It's a commercial for my channel, for my YouTube channel.
What's wrong? Trying to figure out my online marketing. It's time to call.
Did you pick the commercial or?
We did.
Do you want online results? Subscribe to my channel.
The optimization guide. Okay, so I copied that link right here because back in the day you're supposed to like go to share, click embed, copy the code, go on the back end, switch to tags, all this stuff, right? But the latest update, look how easy it is. I just copied the link, right? Okay, so I'm gonna go back here. All I have to do, drop the link, boom. That's it. I don't have to put the code or anything. Just drop the link and it reads it for you.
So the content editor recognizes that you're wanting to put that video link in there.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
So there you go.
Now you gave us the advice not to do it over 1 meg, right?
For the
1
image.
megabyte.
For the image, yeah.
But what about the video too? I thought.
Well, don't upload videos because I didn't upload the video. I just embedded it.
Yeah, embedded.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Because the video is still with YouTube. It's not in my own server. Does that make sense?
Right.
You can do the same thing with the SoundCloud or iTunes, same stuff. Why? Because you want to, part of the SEO factor, speed up the website. Website has to be very fast. Because if it's slow, people are going to leave. Does that make sense? So it does help with ranking. All right. So this is the area, this is the media, and this is the visual. Means everything like visual, like in a Word document. If you click on text, these are the code. So for the computer, that's what it says. Okay? So if you're a coder, you can go back and mess with the code. Does that make sense? And anytime you copy any code, you cannot put it under the visual except for the YouTube. You have to put it under text. Okay? So when we go further in the class, I'm gonna ask you this question because there's a trick with the form, contact form 7. I'm gonna ask you what I'm gonna put. You're gonna tell me on the text. Okay? All right. So far, so we good right now? I mean, we're understanding this so far? Yes.
When you go to the media library, you can have pages and pages of
yes.
pages. Is there a way to collapse?
That is a beautiful question, and unfortunately, WordPress doesn't have that feature of search. You just have to go through all of it.
But I've seen some people create folders in the media library.
We're gonna check that. I'm not sure. That is an excellent question, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
Excellent. Okay, so any questions so far? We good, right? We understand 100%? Yes.
Can we see how it's looked on the web page?
Oh yes, absolutely, absolutely. Well, first we have to, I think, view post, see if it comes up. There you go.
Yes.
Excellent question.
Yeah.
Can we go to the video again?
The video thing, like how to put it?
No, the second one. No, just if you push the.
Yeah, just play. There you go.
What's wrong? Trying to figure out my home.
Pretty cool, huh?
Can you move to the end?
All the way?
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. You're talking about this. That's YouTube. That's YouTube.
No, but
That's not the website. You have to go to YouTube and do something. You can block this, you can put audio videos. That's the YouTube settings.
Actually, there's a way to remove.
On the WordPress? What is it?
Here, I have that example. When you go to the code, embedded one, you need to add the settings or the zero.
I need to add what?
This part.
Let me see.
Because I had that problem.
Oh, remove the, what do you call it? Free, what is it?
Remove the frame border?
Oh, okay, gotcha. Let's do that right now. That's an awesome tip. Hey, I learned something from you. Because I know we can do it on the actual YouTube, but let's see. So right here, where?
Actually, you need the embedded one.
The embedded one. If you do the embedded one, not the actual link. So let's try that. Let's go back here. Because you guys notice how at the end it showed all the other videos? There is a way in YouTube you can have only your videos, which is fine. But if it's just other people's videos, then they go somewhere else and you don't want that sometimes, right? So let's copy the code. I'm glad you mentioned that. Okay, so here we go. Oh, there you go. So I'm going to copy the code right here. Copy the code. I'm going to go back to my post and remove this one and add the code. Under the, what is it, the frame border? What should I put?
Delete it.
No, it's not. It's zero.
Not zero? Zero. Oh, okay.
It says 0 already. Let's leave it to 0. And update. Let's see. All right, let's see. Do a refresh. Always do a refresh. Maybe I need to publish it. I'll try publishing it.
Okay, you said the question has come up. Resizing of images before or after you upload?
There you go.
Excellent question. By default, WordPress will resize it to how it is set up by default. And if you want to resize it before, you can do that. You can also resize it in WordPress. I'm going to show you how.
What do you mean it will resize it automatically?
Based on the settings, because in the media you have a setting for thumbnail, is a specific setting.
It'll do it.
Yeah, it will do by or you can do it by yourself manually. Let me see if it works right now.
Now, yes.
Still not.
Go to the embedded one. And then where it says W before the quotation.
Right here?
No, but before the one space back. Yeah. Type question mark.
It's got to be after the
Question mark?
REL.
Oh, question mark or?
Yes, question mark.
So it's a query.
REL equals 0.
Oh, cool.
Oh, okay, that's the yeah, okay. Just like a kind of like a URL. Okay, so right now, right?
Yes. Now it's gonna be.
That is a tip for you guys. A tip. Okay. I'm gonna scope on this. Let's see.
That was.
Trying to figure out my online marketing. It's time to call Yusuf.
So everyone write it down. So what happens if you don't want at the end of the video to show a bunch of videos, you have to copy the code from when you go to YouTube. Write it down. When you go to YouTube, you go to embed. You copy the code. Okay. Once you copy the code, you go to the text and you paste it. After you paste it, you know what it says? Frame border. Before frame border, there is a quotation mark, right? So the last sentence, whatever that link is, after that last sentence, you put question mark, REL equals 0. Write it down. You put a question mark, REL equals 0. Thanks, man. That's awesome.
What's that to do?
This is if you don't want a bunch of videos at the end of the video of YouTube.
You don't want any other unrelated
Yes.
videos.
So REL.
Yeah, question mark, REL equals 0 uncode. Okay? And guess what? There's actually a plugin for that too, but this is much better. Okay? This is much better than the plugin. There's no point of adding a plugin to do that. Alright. And there's another way, is actually in the YouTube settings, you can go there and have a bunch of your videos only. So people can go and watch more of your videos. Or you can block it from here. Okay? That's awesome. Alright, let's move forward. That is an awesome, awesome tip.
2 minutes.
We got 2 minutes left? All right. Now, this area right here where it says publish, right now it says publish because I published it. If it's a draft, it will say draft. So when you click on status, edit, you have published, pending for preview, or draft. Okay? So if you're not ready, leave it as draft so you can make sure everything is good. Now, visibility right now is public. If it's a draft, it will say draft. Revision, we revise this twice. Publish today around this time. Now, under the publish, if I click edit, I have a few options. Is it on the public? Oh, I'm sorry. Under visibility, when you click edit, you have public, and there's an option that says what? Stick this post to the front page. What it means, if you have like a 50 blog post, and you want one of them to be on the top of the blog post, you make that blog post like a sticky note, right? On the top. And every new blog going to be changed after that. Does that make sense? That's what it's for. Password protected. Let's say you wrote a blog post for a specific community and you don't want it to be publicly shown. You add a password. So whoever goes to this blog is going to give them a box to enter the password. So you can give them the password so they can enter it and view it. That's what it's for. Private, nobody can see it. It's public. I mean, it's not public. Okay? That's what it means here. You understand that? So if you want to have one of your blog to be always on the front of the blog page, you select stick this post to the front page. Okay?
So you can always have a welcome message or something that was always at the top.
Ah, absolutely. Yes. Beautiful. Good tip. And here, of course, the date. You can also do this. When it comes to published, you can select a different date. This is where you're going to go and put the date, and when you click update, it will say it's scheduled. Does that make sense? So I can have 4 blog posts for different dates right here, and you save it. And that's how automatically it will be posted on that particular date.
So you were saying that one weekend you do everything and then you
Yes,
do them in.
absolutely. If you are too busy, spend one weekend writing like 4 or 5 contents, have nice images, schedule it so that we can focus on your business. And when it goes out, you're good to go, right? But I want to share with you quickly, because I've got 2 minutes, there's an awesome plugin. It's a premium plugin. It's called Cost Schedule. There you go. Cost Schedule. They do have a free version and a paid version, and my computer is about to die. Okay? Like, what? All right. So they have a free version and paid version. Okay? So what it does is a similar thing with scheduling your content, but the cool feature that it comes with, you can set up a calendar for your content. You can also have your blog post automatically submitted to your social site with their own comment. So I can have a comment for Twitter, I can have a comment for Facebook setup, I can have a comment for Google+, and when I publish it to my WordPress website, it goes to those social channels and it posts it as well, automatically.
This is a free plugin?
No, this is a premium plugin, but they do have a free version. So check out the free version, see what's the limitation, but it's awesome. Okay? Yes?
Okay, I want to make sure I understand what you said about this. So we would add that to if we want like a post to where we want to do something later on, schedule it later. And you just showed us how to do that, but why would we use this one?
Because this one will post it to a social media site.
Oh, so more than, so you go to Twitter and all those
Yes,
things?
but even when it goes to those places, you can customize it. What I mean by that, you can make your own Twitter message for that blog, because you don't want the same message everywhere. Does that make sense? Plus, it comes with a calendar. It's called content calendar. So you can put all the blog in a calendar, and it goes out. And so those are 2 features that I like, that you can send it to the social media. Again, if you're busy. Technically, I don't use it because I do everything manual myself. If I post a blog, I'm going to manually share it. Okay? But this is one option. So they do have looks like $15 a month. Go ahead and log in because it says try it for free. I don't know 14 days. It used to be completely free, but I guess they're doing very good. Okay? Check it out. If you can't use it, don't worry about it. But that's one feature I kind of recommend to some of my clients. They loved it because they don't have to worry about the social site. Everything goes specifically and it goes out. But something to check out, okay? Cost Schedule is not free anymore. It's only 14 days. How many minutes do we? Are we good?
Now you have to stop.
All right, let's stop. 10-minute break. Yes.
Can I
Yeah, we'll sit down with it right now. Yeah, let me go ahead and. All right, folks. Part 2 is done. We have a 10-minute break, and we'll come back. Thank you for waiting.